Hello, welcome back to another episode. Last episode we were looking at this apartment building at the life of Bonnie Ann and Jack Russell, and now we are going to the apartment building next door. This is Jarth Vorhand. You know who this is? It is the father of the Vorhand household who has recently abandoned his family. He abandoned them, and this is where he is presently staying. Now this over here is Pastor Jam Umbrello. He is a young pastor. Oh, and this is the landlord. Once again, I've made a landlady not really part of the story, although as a fun tidbit, she is the sister of the landlady of this apartment that Jack and Bonnie live in. But Jarth has just now rented out this apartment. He's going to come in here and have a chat with the landlady. He's brought in a few things that he has. He got his suitcase here and everything, but he ran out without most stuff. So brag about possessions. She's provided him with a little cot and some basic dumpster dived furniture. He doesn't have money. He doesn't have money. None of them have money, actually. Well, I'm gonna have Jarth come down here and take a nap while we talk about Pastor Jam Umbrello. Pastor Jam, the reason he has no money is because he recently just spent all of his money buying a lot. He is a new Christian and he felt very much like he wanted to start a church. So he needed property. So he found a lot right next to him, right near his apartment, that was very cheap, and he bought it without really paying attention to it. And what he needs to do now is to go and see it. So he's running over to this lot that he has just bought, and it's a dump. It's a literal actual dump. It is a dumpster. It's a dumpster place. Oh, he's coming down here to explore in it. It's filled with garbage. It's really nasty. Oh, and he's not happy about it already. He feels very cheated right now. He's coming in here to check on the building, and it's completely empty in here. There's nothing. He's got nothing. This is not what he was expecting. He's going back to punch the bat. Not happy about this. He is going to go straight home. Now there's a whole nother reason that Jarth it's Jarth and not Garth. There's a whole nother reason that Jarth has no money. The reason he ran away from his suburban-y kind of life, he doesn't want fatherhood or anything. He doesn't want to be trapped. He kind of got trapped in all that. What he wants to do is he wants to be a businessman. Excuse me, landlady, we've officially signed the lease. We're done with you. He wants to be a businessman. He's very ambitious, and he has spent all of his money getting a lease on both this apartment and on a building, a business building, for him to run a business in. So he is going to go off and check it out. So he got this place right here. Oh, as you can see, it's all barred off and everything. And on the inside, it's kind of a mess. The previous owners of this place were renovating it, but they ran out of money in the middle of renovating it, so they had to give up their lease and they barred up the place. And now Jarth is renting it from whoever owns this place, and he is quite happy about it. He is excited, and you might be wondering, what is Jarth's business idea? What business idea does he have? Here's what his idea is. Pink Raccoon. He's going to dress as a pink raccoon. It's going to be the mascot. Now, what is this going to do exactly? He's not actually entirely sure. He's just running around. He's going to start advertising his business. The issue with Jarth is that he is very ambitious, but he doesn't really have very good ideas. So, he needs some inspiration for his pink raccoon area. He probably needs more than just a mascot. I think he's starting to notice. He also needs a business that he can start without spending any money whatsoever, because he has $5, and I have no idea how he even got that $5. But lucky for Jarth, he couldn't help but notice that he lives right next door to a dump. Apparently he's a bit more observant than Pastor is, which, why is Pastor scared? Anyway, he's actually going to visit this dump. He's going to rummage through a little bit and see if he can't find anything that might spark a good business idea and maybe save him a little bit of money. Down into the dumps comes the pink raccoon, into the trash where he belongs. Here's a nice comfy seat. Not much of a business idea, but it's a seat. There's a gravestone, apparently. Here's some old contraptions, some parts of technology, and it has got him very focused and inspired, but he is not smart enough to actually know how any of this works. What of this? What is this? It's a bees. I don't think he wants to bother with bees. Here's an old shower that does not work despite the UI. Ignore the UI. It doesn't work. What about this big pile of leaves? He's just going to mess around in the leaves for a hot minute, and oh my goodness, there's a giant arcade machine that someone threw away. Inspiration. What if he did an arcade? First, he's gonna have to get this machine out of this dump, though. So, Jarth, it's time to start heaving and hoeing. Well, it took a sufficient amount of heaving and hoeing, but Jarth actually managed, somehow by some miracle, definitely not the build by menu, to get the arcade machine into his shop. Now the question is, did I actually place it where it's playable? He's got to test it, obviously, and it seems like it is actually playable. This place is still a big mess, but perhaps people will actually come in and play it a little bit, even though it's a mess. Especially with a big pink raccoon going out here and talking to everyone. Come forth, come one, come all. Oh, I should probably get rid of the literal barred doors. Come one, come all, this place is officially open. He also wants to start another romantic relationship, which I think we should keep in mind. But also, Pastor Jam Umbrella came here as well. He didn't come with Jarth, but he came here on his own because he needs to find members of his church. He needs to evangelize, even though he's a little bit disappointed about what happened, realizing that he has quite a bit of work on his hands to turn that piece of property into a church. He does still need people. He still wants to build a church, so he's going to go around talking to everyone that he can talk to. Oh, there's Catherine Sunshar. Perhaps she would be interested in joining a church. And actually, I think we will officially create a club for the church. The church, we'll just call it church. And then what we need, which one of these look the most religious? Perhaps a rainbow, God's covenant with Noah. The club hangout, we'll look at the specific place to do it later. Should I make it open invitation? I guess so. I don't guess there'd be any requirements. What are the club activities? Read the Bible, play an instrument for worship. I might specifically say pipe organ later, but at the moment I don't think we can be that picky. Maybe sing also for worship. Give speech. Yes, the sermon. Band activities, being mean, fighting, yeah. Casting spells seems like something that would be banned in a church. And we're going to leave it as that for right now. So now we just need to get him to talk to anyone and everyone. How are you doing? Oh, he's talking to Samson Cool. Samson Cool is a good businessman. He's a very nice, good businessman. This could actually be very good for Jarth. Being in good standing with him. Pastor Jam has a decent little crowd around him. He could potentially get some interest. Oh, but everyone seems kind of mad, actually. Whoa. Oh. No, don't be mean back. Okay, so this is the thing with Pastor Umbrella. He's still a young Christian. He still has the mean trait. He did not used to be a very nice person, and so he's still struggling. Now, in order to invite them to the club, I'm going to use dice rolls, and the dice rolls will determine whether or not we actually invite them to the club, and we will also have to have like a certain relationship with someone before we can do it. So let's just give her a pep talk. Oh, here's her. Come introduce yourself to her. What are you doing? He's still just standing out here. He's real tired. No one has come into his thing yet, which is a little bit concerning. The thing is, Pastor is actually getting all the attention from it, all the people. Oh, and she's evil. So I think she's fine. Okay, so we're gonna talk to this girl instead. The youth of America. Gotta get them in church. Ooh, is someone coming to play the game? Oh, yes. Maris, that is one official customer. Zeke actually, I think, would be very interested in being part of the new church. Let's tell him some stories. He's very bored at the moment. Did you know that Jesus loves you even though you're bored? Oh, our one customer has left. Oh, has it already broken? Our machine is already broken. This is very upsetting. And actually, about that, the way that I work with businesses, with new businesses in The Sims, is that we have a strike system. So every time the business is open, when it closes, it either gets 1 strike or 1 point. And if it gets 3 points, then it's officially firmly established to be a working business in the world. But if it gets 3 strikes, then it goes out of business. So today, we did get 1 customer, but it also broke. So I'm gonna say he has to get at least a 12 in order to get this and not this. Oh, that is 1 strike against the Pink Raccoon arcade. So today was not a huge success for either of them. I'm gonna have the both of them go home because it's quite late. Jarth is down here messing around on his computer. He actually probably needs to learn the video game skill, actually. So I'm gonna have him play that. He's gonna eat some dinner, and then he's gonna start calling some of the people. Although actually for tonight I might just let him sleep. Everyone's asleep but the landlady who stays up real late gaming. Sleeping through the night, sleeping through the night, sleeping through the night, sleeping through the night. Jarth is now awake. It's a new day. He's going to invite Zeke out because I think he saw some real potential in Zeke to be a good member of the church. He needs 1 good member before this episode ends. Zeke informs him that he works at the Jolly Roger, so we'll meet there. So here we are, and we're just gonna talk. Pastor has even put on his pastor uniform for this. We're going to discuss his stressed mood. We're going to put everything out on the table. We're not going to gossip. That I don't think is in the thing. Oh, and here comes Sam to join in the fun. Pastor has no idea what he's getting into talking to both of them. Who knows, maybe he'll actually get Sam in here. He seems really unhappy today for some reason. Oh, they're liking what he's saying, both of them are. Slap him silly. They're having a funny conversation. Oh, he didn't like that, actually. Oh, now he's going away. No, I had such high hopes for you. What is everyone over here looking at? What the heck? Here, the mayor. Come and introduce yourself to the mayor. This is a good person for you to know. Is everyone just looking up at this sign? What is wrong with everyone? Apparently, they don't want to go to church. They just want to worship this beer sign. What is it? What is it about this sign that draws so many people to it? Okay, so I rolled to see if Zeke would enter the church, and he lost by 1 point. So maybe sometime in the future he will, but not today. Oh, he's into it now. They're all just viewing this. This is very odd. Let's go visit Jarth, because poor Pastor Jam is having a hard time getting even 1 member in his church. Now let's have Jarth travel. Let's have him travel back to the place. But he knows these 2 girls, and he really wants another romantic interest. So I'm going to invite both of them. Yes, both of them. To come to his new workplace. Let's be funny with both of them. Oh, he actually thinks that Sabrina is very pretty, apparently. So let's have him tell her a funny story, and then maybe maybe some casual flirtations. Not with this guy. Be gone. Go away. Let's discuss latest games. Oh, she seems excited about games. Oh no, you're just doing... No, here. Flirtation, exchange numbers, at least. Oh, she does like that, apparently. And he's feeling confident, so we're going to do a bold pickup line. Oh, and she actually enjoys that. And this is why he can never accomplish anything he puts his mind to. As soon as he comes here to do this... No, you just got her flirty. Actually, we'll ask her on a date later. Right now... Oh, apparently it's fixed. Apparently he meant to spend the money to fix it. But actually, since he made a teeny bit of money on this yesterday, plus the people that were here before him left behind some paint cans, I think he was actually able to paint some of the walls. Now, let's see. He's definitely going to do it pink, because what else would he do? Let's see. What about this one? For these walls, he painted the bricks pink. I know they're bigger than the bricks that were here before, but you know, whatever. So he has painted the brick. I think he'll push a couple of these tables over here, get them out of the way a little bit. Maybe remove the tarps and repaint the ground a darker color. And this is how the place is so far. Still only one machine, but that's fine. Let's actually ask Sabrina on a date right at this particular moment. He has $1 with which to take her on a date, but I think that's fine because they're literally standing next to her own restaurant, so she might not notice. Let us sit together. Oh, here she comes. Is she going to sit in the right chair? He's feeling very confident about this date, actually. Oh, they're actually sitting together. You don't see that very often in The Sims. Oh, she's scared. Why is she scared? But they have a romance meter now. Proposed crazy scheme. Oh, they have a fun sentiment. And this girl has joined them on their date because, of course, it's The Sims. I mean, I did invite you here too, but goodbye. And Zeke is here. What a nice win for the day. Well, I guess it's not really a win yet because she's walking away and doing push-ups. Okay. But we're supposed to flirt with you. Bold pickup line. Let's talk about funny things because it says you're supposed to be funny. While he's on this date, let's come check his arcade again. There's still no customers, but we don't know for sure if there's no customers because we haven't actually seen someone be here yet or not. Make a flirtatious joke and that'll get the flirt. Oh no, this other guy's here and he's flirty as well. Do not sweep in and steal the date. You're a married man anyway. Everyone's feeling awkward because he won't leave. He wants to ask Sabrina on a date. You are currently on a date with Sabrina. In case you didn't notice. Let's get extra bold and give her a rose that we can't afford. There goes our one last dollar. And let's see if we can get this one final thing. There we go. Now let's end this date because I think this was successful. I say as she slaps him. But anyway, you've got to come over here. He has completely neglected his thing all day, but it was open. So you know what that means, because we're about to go home. We get to see if he gets another strike or a point. He did remodel it a bit, and we don't know for sure he didn't get any customers. But he also did neglect it the whole time. So I think I'm going to give it an even 10 that he has to get. 20. That is 1 point for the pink Raccoon arcade. It's the pink wall that did it, apparently. The pink wall. Oh, is that his son back there? I think it's time to leave. Time to go home. We do not need to talk to our son today. No thank you. I am determined that Pastor has at least one member of his church before he is done. He also wants to make an enemy because he's mean. So he's gonna call and invite over Zeke because he's really mad now. He tried to get Zeke to come and join his church and he wouldn't. It's his first rejection. He's gonna start yelling at him. Just lash out at him. How dare you not join my church? I am trying to get you all churched at. Your outfit stinks. You are the worst person you could have been. Oh, you could have been the person that started all this, but you didn't. You just refused. You jerk beef jerky. Zeke is just gonna go home, I think. He's not gonna just stand here and do this. But perhaps the landlady, perhaps he could get her to join his church. She's gotta check on him anyway. See how his rent is coming with his $1 in his bank account. Let's start just chatting away with her. Jokes, joke about politicians. I'm gonna do a little roll to see if she joins. Okay, I rolled a perfect 20, so we can actually invite her. She is our first official member of the church. So let's go ahead and have our first meeting. There's not much to do, except we have to discuss what we're going to do. This is going to count as our first official church meeting. We're just discussing what's got to be done. He's telling her all about the dump. He's going off to read her Bible or something. Oh, someone is here. Oh, Courtney Baker is here. I'm going to have, I'll have Pastor come and talk to her. Friendly introduction. Hello, Courtney Baker. Let's see, Kit, would you like to hear about our church? She's in here dancing. She is worshiping the Lord. Oh, they're both in here worshiping the Lord together. In Jarth's apartment, actually. Oh, and Courtney has joined them. And Jarth apparently likes fitness. Pastor is going to bed. I think that means it's time to end the gathering. Is there anything we can get? I don't think there's any particular thing that I want right at this particular moment. Jarth might as well come talk to Courtney because she's literally in his apartment. He's going to chat with her for a little while, but then he's going to send a text to Sabrina and then go to bed. As Courtney dances the night away in the kitchen of someone she barely knows. It is once again 5 a.m., which means that this episode is complete. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Jesus loves you. Goodbye.